Well, you should fix your phone. Good morning. It's the Todd and Aaron Morning Stream. And
You can only drop an iPhone so many times. I don't know if you know that.
Once again, the bling. I have forgotten my other glasses.
Good morning to the Todd and Aaron Morning Stream here on GetBartDaily.com. How is everyone? Good morning.
Let's do this. The girls were found for the Amber Alert.
Yes.
That's good.
Very good news. Now, apparently
Cedar
police
City.
now I can speak English. Police raided the religious compound where the girls were being held at the time.
Anytime the sentence ends with compound,
And starts with religious.
you have a problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have a problem with compound.
Compound is never a positive thing.
It really isn't.
So,
And,
this is...
Cult is not good.
So this is for Elizabeth and Haley Coulthard, and they're safe.
8
They're
and 4.
okay. It's going to be all right.
So that's cool. And good job out there. Good job out there helping the police. So very cool. What else is going on? The flu. You got your flu shot.
No, I didn't. I'm not going to get tagged by the nation. No way.
No, wait, no.
State government?
No, we had this discussion. No, you were going to go down and get your flu shot.
I lied to you. Because you always nag me about flu shots, and I'm not going to get tagged by the government. No. I let Zoe get a flu shot. Zaki's had a flu shot. I'm not going to get a flu shot. I'm not getting tracked by the government. You can have your own problems.
So Zaki and I are going to go down and get ours.
Zach's already had his. I thought you had yours because you always hold it over my head like, I'm so responsible. I've had my flu shot.
Dude, were you with him when he got it?
Yeah.
You were with Zaki when he got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Bad news about that. They always go by Australia, southern hemisphere, on how the flu shot is working. 10%.
But I thought this was the year that this was a really virulent
Like
strain.
they nailed it? No.
Yeah.
No. Protecting only 10%.
Wow, that doesn't seem particularly helpful.
Still worth it. If
Hoping
you
you'll
remember.
be one of the 10%.
Yes.
So you'll be tagged by the government for the next 12 months just because you can be part of the 10% that might get the flu.
We're the ones who will survive the apocalypse. I'm getting better.
No, you'll be the ones that the government is tagged like an escaping hog.
This
That's
is
what's
true.
going to happen here.
Just a little deal. We were given. Should go ahead and show those cute little fellers, the elves on a shelf.
It really was.
And it was really
just showed
fun.
up on our doorstep, I guess, after we had,
By
did a
that
show
family, they gave them to us.
Yeah, we didn't know anything about
Elf
it.
on the shelves,
Didn't understand it.
There they are.
Those little rascals, they've just been up to a lot.
And I know you've been critical of me, but I really find like I'm really just finding it now with the whole spirit of Christmas. Let's take a look at this one. Yeah. See, I think a lot of people just don't understand the art form that's involved.
I see. Yeah.
See?
Because he's in the crock pot. Mm-hmm. Was that what we ate last night with the elf on top of it? Oh, that's nice. That I should.
Those weren't pimentos.
Okay.
So anyway, I thank you for your comments on Facebook. I am getting the hang of it, and I plan to continue to see where this journey takes me. The Brio Technologies Mountain Cam.
My flesh is actually crawling off my body as we speak.
Just wait.
Brio Technologies are experts in lighting, sound, and vision. And so tell it. The dude you got arrested for a dollar story is one of my favorites today. Can you share that? Because it really entertained me.
So this dude.
No. My feet are cold. It's like you don't even care if I get sick.
Thought we had a rule on that.
That's your rule. That's not my rule.
Provo Police. Now,
God bless this man. It's like I'm going to be crazy and commit a felony.
when you're in a store, right, and you're in line and you're watching people check out, on average, how many people use cash?
Nobody. At all.
Oh, and the old ladies and the old men who write checks, they're so cute. And it takes so long.
Because they always wait until after everything's done and then the cashier gives them the amount. They go, oh, and they still keep talking, and then they take a moment, get their checkbook out. But you have to remember, this is their social moment. They go to the store and they have a little bit of social interaction. It's kind of their thing.
Oh, that one's wrong. Let's do another one. And then it takes that long for them to put it in the register because they have to do all the numbers off the check. And I'm not saying push them down. I'm just saying scoot them away. and then you can get through. But the point is that no one uses cash rarely.
No one uses cash.
And so this dude in Provo said, you know what? I'm gonna hit the hotel.
Because they're going to have so much cash. They just
how many people?
Big fat till brimming with cash.
How many people pay for a hotel room with cash?
Probably only the ones using it for an hour.
Oh, nicely done.
Cute.
Oh, so he went and he robbed him. He got $1.
You're kidding me, right?
It's the only money on the register. He got $1.
That is the saddest thing I've ever heard.
He crumpled it up and threw it at the clerk.
Did he get caught?
Yeah.
That makes it even better.
For $1, and he didn't even keep the $1.
Oh, he made a statement by crumpling and throwing it like, I committed a felony for this. You sure did.
Room by the hour. Very good.
Thank you.
All right, so
Very proud.
you have the jaded police story.
The jaded 6-year-old?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no, this totally cracks me up because not everyone's a fan, and we get that.
Of what?
Of, St. Nick, the whole thing about writing a nice letter.
not?
Zoe's written her letters to Santa, and it's got a nice little drawing representation of what she wants.
Every day she writes
Hey, kitten,
one.
you're not getting the $250 pink Barbie card, just so you know.
Ain't happening.
Santa's not bringing that one.
Nope.
Anyway, but this 6-year-old, no. So apparently, one jaded youngster took the opportunity about how good they had been in a letter to Santa Claus, and it kind of went dark and
How so?
emo. And it started with him decorating the sides of the paper with skulls.
Oh, geez.
As you can see, it says, Santa, I'm only doing this for class. I know your naughty list is empty.
Oh, man.
And your good list is empty. And your life is empty, Santa.
What?
You don't know the troubles I've had in my life. Goodbye. I'm not telling you my name.
Wow.
Your life is empty. You don't know the troubles I've had.
Oh, that's
and there's wreaths
funny.
on one side and then skulls on the other. That's so good.
And he's 6.
That's so dark.
That is awesome.
And the sad part is the big smiley face at the bottom where the she went, okay, completed.
Nice
Thank
job.
you."
It was funny, speaking of Santa Claus.
Your life is
was
empty.
Hollow candy canes of love.
Oh my gosh.
Helsinki, Prince William was there, and he bumped into St. Nick.
Really?
And he was carrying, because he was told to carry from Prince George, little Prince George, his list
letter, yeah.
to Santa. And he'd been carrying it around for a long time until he bumped into the jolly old soul. And he handed him the letter. And
You
he
sound
said,
like you're reading a script.
Me?
The jolly old soul.
The jolly old soul.
Thank you for the end of the 10 o'clock newscast tone.
We'll see you tomorrow. No.
Nice anchor tone.
So anyway, so he gave Santa the deal. Now, the only thing that Prince George wants is a toy police car.
He owns the police. Can't he just ask them for one of them?
How about a real car?
Really? It's like, what offer? Here you go, Prince
There you
George.
go. You get
there's your
anything you
car.
want.
Whatever makes you happy, son, is yours.
I'm going to take you to the war against Christmas.
Now, isn't this really a myth about the war against Christmas?
I used to think so all the time,
Okay.
but now there is evidence. Evidence of what? Now, this comes from in New Jersey, Seagirt. In New Jersey. Seagirt, New Jersey.
Okay.
Christmas light display in Central Park, in the middle of their town, joyous celebration, and someone kept snipping the wires like on their Christmas lights. There was an uproar about those little bad vandals.
That's horrible. They won't let us light the tree. It's like they don't even
Kids,
care.
They don't. And every
Hooligans.
night, more
Really?
were out.
Oh, wow.
And so they were just really mad, and they did a local thing in the broadcasting with the news and all this stuff. And then,
Who doesn't like Christmas?
Right.
You bad people.
you terrible.
Depriving us of our tree, our constitutional right to a well-lit tree. That is disappointing.
You sound like you're reading a script now.
No.
We would have a teleprompter.
I read mine with sincerity.
We would have a teleprompter, but then we'd have to write it. So no. Actually, they got a picture. They got a picture of the bad guy.
The miscreants?
Yeah.
Tell me.
There he is. Dirty, rotten rodent.
Isn't that a
Squirrel.
That's a squirrel.
Yeah.
Squirrel is eating the Christmas lights?
Yep. Going through the wire. Enjoying it.
Doesn't that shock the squirrel?
Maybe he likes it.
I guess so.
So here's the funny thing.
Huh.
So they're talking about trapping him during the Christmas season.
How about a BB gun?
Wow.
I'm not saying like a bullet. I'm just saying like a well-placed BB gun right in the butt.
Wow.
Would make the little...
On Christmas.
Well, next time the squirrel sat down, he would go... He would associate the discomfort in his little hind end with the fact that he chewed on the wires, and perhaps he wouldn't do it anymore. It would be more like a lesson.
No, that's wrong. But they're trying to catch him, and they're going to relocate him. And it's like, what about his house and his nuts? I mean, he's got his nuts hidden in the tree. Food storage is not a funny thing, Aaron. So I just thinking about his nuts. So they have now put out a 24-hour guard on the.
They're paying a around-the-clock guard to protect the tree from the squirrel.
You ever try to chase a squirrel?
No. Gil does constantly, our dog, but
And
no.
they're really aggressive because they're protecting their nuts and stuff, for the winter. So let's get some information, shall we?
Daisy's in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom. She's brought to you by Utah Credit Approval. Bad things happen to good people, but you can still recover your credit and get a reliable auto. Call the Utah Credit Approval at 801-921-9819. Also, by Intermountain Healthcare. Now, they've got the brand new AltaView Clinic ready to go, and they have an open house this Thursday where you can win a Disneyland trip for 4. It's 22 clinics in one. And All Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air, where Uncle John will come by your house for $69 and check out your furnace and make sure that everything is ready for the winter to save you hundreds of dollars in wasted fuel. So, good morning, my dear Daisy. What is going on?
Thanks, Todd, and hello, everyone. Here's what's making headlines Tuesday, December 5th on GepHardtDaily.com. The Iron County Sheriff's Office says 2 Utah girls who were the subject of a day-long Amber Alert have been found alive in remote southern Utah. Iron County Sheriff's Lieutenant Del Schlosser told Gephardt Daily that Dinah Coulthard, 8, and her sister Hattie, 4, were both found outside Lund at about 7 p.m. Monday. Police say the children and their 2 young brothers had been taken from their home in Sanpete County by their father back in September, only to end up living with a doomsday cult in southern Utah. Investigators say both girls appeared to be unharmed. Donald Trump came to Utah Monday with the stroke of his pen shrank Bears' National Monument and the Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument by 2 million acres. The downsizing reverses protections put in place by Democratic Presidents Bill Clinton and Barack Obama and will likely pave the way for commercial development on Utah's public lands. Opponents of the rollback say the measure is illegal and are already planning lawsuits to reverse Trump's proclamation. And now to the University of Utah, where Professor Christopher Hayson has been awarded the 2018 Breakthrough Prize in Mathematics. Hayson split the $3 million prize for his work in algebraic geometry, the field that studies geometric objects defined by polynomial equations. The award ceremony was hosted by Morgan Freeman and held at NASA's Ames Research Center in Mountain View, California. So how much of a big deal is this? Observers say the award is akin to winning an Oscar in mathematics and that previous winners included Stephen Hawking. A pretty big deal indeed. And time now for a look at the Wasatch Front weather, brought to you by our superb new sponsors at Brio Technologies, Utah's #1 audiovisual specialists. Well, after being spoiled with mild temperatures the last month or so, the reality of winter is setting in. Daytime temps this week will hover in the mid to upper 30s, while overnight lows will be in the upper teens and 20s. The only bright spot, unless you're a skier, is the lack of precipitation. There's no snow or rain in the picture for days to come. That's it for now. For more local headlines 24/7, go to GepHardtDaily.com. Todd and Aaron, back to you.
Thank you, Daisy.
Oh, great. There are the slippers. Fine. Thank you, Daisy.
My poor abandoned slippers at least have a place somewhere in the studio.
Intermountain AltaView Clinics. And it's brand new. The paint was wet when we were there. They have an open
They made
house.
us wear the booties and like even the hard hats because
I know,
it
it's
was
awesome.
It was that new, but it's amazing.
So they're having an open house on the 7th. It's about time someone did this because this is the cool thing. all these clinics are next to each other in the same building. So when you go in, you could make a couple appointments during the day and get it all done. And if it's for your kid, they have clinics for the kids, pediatrics, and for senior citizens, your mom and your dad, they have those too.
All
and
kinds of surgical specialties. I mean, it's amazing to me. And the fact that it's all
X-rays.
there together, it
Yeah.
makes it so much easier. They have a wonderful, wonderful women's section, OBGYN, where they have a whole group of midwives. I mean, for me, if we'd done this again, I would have loved to have had a midwife, because I think it would make so much more of a wonderful birthing experience. And this is something they can do. So it's basically a commitment to your long-term health. But the nice thing is you can go in, you can take a look, and you can see where everything is, kind of get a feel for everything. They have got jazz tickets, Lower Bowl. They've got all kinds of movie tickets. Santa Claus is going to be there. All kinds of treats. And, of course, the Disneyland trip for 4.
Health for the holidays.
Health for the holidays.
How do they get it? How do they get it? How do they get it?
Well, you can RSVP if you like, and that's probably a good idea. If you just want to go to the Facebook page for Intermountain Altaview Clinic, and then you can just RSVP that you'll be there this Thursday, and that puts you in the running for the Disneyland trip and all the goodies. But go by and take a look. I mean, it was really fun to walk through and get the vision of what they were doing, and it's a beautiful building.
All right. Tell me something good time.
Oh, this is amazing. I mean, seriously.
Going to make me cry again?
It always makes us cry. Why do you say that?
Not going to cry this time.
Like it surprises you. You have it if you could find it for me.
Which one is it?
Superhero Police Officer.
No, not that one. The Jumper. No, Unlucky. No. Do you know the story in your head?
No, but maybe I can just use
should
this
be
one
there
instead.
someplace.
It's not, but I'll use this one instead.
Okay.
So this is pretty cool. The Anival Angelo was sitting outside because he's homeless, and he was kind of just viewing the night. Things were kind of quiet, and then all of a sudden he started smelling smoke. So he got up and he was trying to walk through, going, "Where is this? This is down in Las Vegas." And he heard a little one crying, and so he started trying to focus, and he figured out where they were. It was an apartment building, and it was an apartment just down there in the bottom.
Right.
And then so he raced around the building trying to figure out where the kids were. He managed to jump over a locked gate, locked security gate, got access to the apartment complex.
Oh, my gosh.
And he ripped open the door. The little girl, 3 years old, and her 10-month-old boy were sitting there. She was holding him, and he said she literally jumped into his arms,
Nice.
grabbed him, and he got them out of the apartment. He got
smoke
them
is
around
huge,
and away.
yeah.
I mean, because that's the thing, is smoke inhalation is the biggest
Right.
fear. The person who was supposed to be watching them apparently had gone out the front door and had taken himself to safety, so he was okay, the adult.
Wow.
But so Anival literally leaped like an 8-foot security fence to get to these kids.
You know what's weird about
and
this?
and kicked in the door to get them out. So what an incredible man. I mean, he literally saved their lives, and it was incredible.
All right. So
absolutely incredible.
There's something out to kill us,
Oh, good.
and it's shish kebabs.
What did the shish kebabs ever do to us?
Right.
Well, all right. Let's talk about it. These are recalled chicken patty shish kebabs. They're from the Rafi and Shish Kebab restaurant.
They were sent here.
They were recalled for misbranding and undeclared allergens, which is always nice.
What's that mean?
And apparently there's a whole bunch of different ingredients involved that were not mentioned on the ingredients list. So if you were violently allergic to said items, they would probably kill you if you tried
Like nuts.
to consume, said shish kebab. So yeah, we're like one of the only 3 states that it ships to. So they say
What is it?
it's the shish kebabs.
Yeah, who makes?
As I said, it is the Detroit's Raftian Shish Kebab restaurant.
All right.
I
The
had
only
no
one
idea.
safe for to eat that? The squirrel.
We could give them all to the squirrel. It would keep him busy.
That's right.
So anyway, if you have those, either throw them away or return them for a refund, because they will kill you. Or
All right, coming up. The police offer a welcome to someone who lost their meth. An invitation, if you will.
Officer, did you find my meth?
It's coming up next.
Todd and Aaron's Morning Stream, brought to you by Utah Credit Approval. Bad things happen to good people, helping you on the road to good credit with just the right car. Go to utahcreditapproval.com or call them at 801-404-7201. Also brought by Columbus Travel. Columbus Travel has an epic sale on cruises through the 21st of October. You can get hotel and everything you can imagine just for less than the price you would of simple airfare. You have to talk to them first at columbusvacations.com. And All Utah Plumbing. Your home deserves the best. 24-hour emergency service at allutahplumbing.com. Did you know you can catch the Todd and Aaron Morning Stream any time of the day or night on Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud, and GephardtDaily.com?
Hey, it's Todd and Aaron, and this is pretty cool.
We are at the Intermountain Alta View Clinic. Now, this is actually 22 clinics, all squooshed together with some amazing specialties. And the nice thing about it is you can take care of everybody in your family all together.
Now, don't touch anything because it's still kind of wet because it's so brand new. Now, they're having the open house, like you said, on December 7th, but they've got some great things. If you go to their Facebook page, what you can do is register there for some great prizes, like movie tickets, like Lower Bowl Jazz tickets, and, Disneyland tickets.
A trip for 4, by the way, and of course, celebrity guests.
Right here, celebrity guests with food and there he is now, the jolly old soul. How are you doing, Santa?
I'm doing great. I like this place.
Well, you should. It's got something that everyone can use.
Health for the holidays.
That's what we have.
Santa is rather profound.
We'll see you December 7th.
I'm just kidding. It's John with All Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Give us a call so that you don't get coal delivered.
0 Point Foods.
Oh, look. It is the Utah Credit Approval Morning Mountain Cam. We would call it the Morning Frost Cam because there's some on the golf course, but that's not as, I guess, beautiful as the Utah Credit Approval Cam.
All right. 0 Point Foods. What
Now,
is
this
that?
is weird. I keep forgetting how
0
ubiquitous
Point
Weight Watchers and how it
Food.
rules everything on the planet. But this set Twitter on fire yesterday. I literally could not I could not get through it because everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, have you seen this?"
What is this?
Apparently, they have a new 0 Point Food list, which is
What
like
does that mean? I don't.
basically that means on the Weight Watchers plan you can eat as much as you want of these 0 Point foods.
Okay.
And ordinarily those would be things like celery, cucumbers.
That's not 0.
They're 0 calorie-ish foods. But they've come up with a whole bunch of new ones like chicken, yogurt, corn, and you can have as much as you want. Yogurt's got sugar in it, and corn is a very high carb veggie.
And has sugar in it too.
And so basically they're saying, yeah, you can eat all you want of that. That'll be
that's
fine.
not 0.
And it still keeps you on the diet. But people were freaking out. I mean, like this one guy, he was just like, I don't even know how to handle this anymore. I am unable to maintain my chill. And then they went through all of these intensive discussions. Well, I can't afford to eat that much fish, so now I'm upset. What should I do? It's like I had no idea. I had forgotten how intense they are about this, but there's 200 more 0 Point foods if you are on Weight Watchers that will apparently make your life a lot happier.
0 Point Foods. Mm-hmm. Corn
Because they do everything based
is
on points.
calories.
Well, it's a high carb veggie. Did you know this is not an advertisement because obviously they don't pay us, but apparently they have got the highest level of people who have lost weight and actually kept it off. So the Weight Watcher system is apparently incredibly effective. But
Why are you looking at me?
I'm not looking at you.
Yeah, you are.
I'm
It's my
talking to you. That's why
It's my stomach, isn't it?
No, I'd be looking at your stomach if I were looking
The
at
eyes are up here, lady.
No, I was just... Anyway, if you're on Weight Watchers, this is happy news for you, although I still think yogurt is... Anyway,
Do you
congratulations.
remember the product that came out about 7 years ago, and you would buy them through the internet, and it was the 0. It came in a water pouch. Do you remember that? It was like a bean strand or something, and it was actually 0
Oh
calories.
yeah, it was they used it as pasta for a while.
Yeah, and it was
not
like,
good.
It was like $8 a little package like this.
Yeah, because it was 0 carb and 0
Yeah.
calories. So people are like, you can fill up on it. I'm like, yeah,
Right.
because it tastes like poo. You don't want to
Yeah.
have that much of it.
They have it at Winco for $1.25.
Well, that's always
They've
satisfying.
always sold it there in their Asian corner. Yeah. So what a ripoff that was.
I know. I think I probably paid actually $8 for the tiny little.
I always have a
too.
question about people who were on a health kick or people who did something and continued to do it. So if you started something,
Well, if it works.
juice cleanses or whatever,
Well, sure, if it
8
works.
years ago, are you still doing it now? And where is that juicer blender you bought for $400? What part of the basement is that hidden in? Because there's something new every time. Something new every day. This is so nice. Talking about the Christmas season.
Tell me more.
Oh my gosh. This is in Ironton, Ohio, and the police department found a bag of meth
Oh,
in a parking lot.
okay.
So
That doesn't seem good.
they don't know who it belongs to, so of course you go to Facebook. And they post it on their Facebook page. Here you go, right there. Right there.
The Ironton Police Department. We have recovered your lost property. We here at the IPD believe in the Christmas spirit, and that in mind, we invite you to come on down to the Ironton Police Department with your government-issued ID, and we'll discuss the possibility of releasing your property. Heck, we'll even put you up for the night in the Hotel Lawrence County
See?
with free meals, because it's that time of year after all. Merry
keep,
Christmas.
Just keep giving. No one's shown up yet.
You know what the sad part, though, is I really do believe someone will. Based on some of the stories that we have had in the past.
Oh,
like
my gosh.
The guy who called them complaining that his drug dealer had ripped him off.
Right.
For the payment, the purchase of cocaine.
Right.
That was one of them. Then
The
there
other
was
guy
one-
got arrested, and his friend went down to bail him out, and he was trying to bail him out with a couple ounces of coke.
Then there was the one guy that actually did misplace his shipment of pot, and then he went down to the police station.
To find it.
Yeah, so I really do believe it's entirely possible the meth guy's going to show up going, hey, yeah, that's great. Where is it?
The drug dog was just sitting on top of it, waiting. Just waiting.
I'm going to take a bite right out of his leg.
Bitcoins, you've been hearing about this, have gone crazy now.
One Bitcoin is worth $10,000 now. One Bitcoin. One.
Based on nothing. There's no backup money, gold, silver, anything. It's just
Well,
a standalone currency.
But it's a currency that's given weight and value by its ability to be transferred online
That's true.
as a value. But it's interesting because they were even advertising IRAs, retirement plans that you can do in Bitcoins. And I'm like, once again, you're basing your retirement on a digital form of currency that technically does not exist.
But a lot of people,
And people are still doing
You know
it.
who used it quite a bit? Well, not. Some drug dealers used to use it because it's untrackable.
Oh, that's true. And then all of the ransomware people use it. But apparently
This is true.
it's an entirely valuable currency, and it is accepted on a huge amount of online merchants. So
Yeah. James Howells, he's a Welsh IT worker, was involved with the whole Bitcoin thing, and he had it on his computer. You have a wallet, right? You have a wireless thing wallet that you keep all your stuff in. That's where he kept all his Bitcoins. Now, back then, when he kind of started it, it was in 2009, he mined 7,500 Bitcoins.
wow.
Right. And then it went up.
Yeah.
It went up a lot.
Yeah, the price surged 1,000%.
He threw his hard
pretty
drive
good.
away.
What was he doing?
I'm going to think that this might be fake news.
No, because I'll tell you why. This actually is done. That's one of the reasons they say that you're supposed to use a flash drive. And when you do it and you download your Bitcoin wallet, you're supposed to keep it on a flash drive so you can pull it out of the computer.
Right.
So that you've got a backup.
He didn't do that.
Well, he's an idiot.
It's worth $74 million now, it says. In the trash, in the landfill. There's a landfill with probably 150
$74 million.
garbage sitting on top of this hard drive that's got all his money in it.
That's like the people who forget about the lottery ticket till too late. Except for this one was, $74 million.
Here's the problem. This is why I think it's fake news.
Yes.
Okay, so the guy just lost how much?
$74 million, apparently.
$74 million. There on the other page. Here's his quote.
But James says he's not crying about it, quoting, "Accidents happen, I just get on with it. I've always known Bitcoin would go this high, and I've always seen the value of the hard drive going up. In the future, I easily see it being worth anything from $500 million to $1 billion. Well, okay.
Read the first part of that again for me, would you? Just to think about losing $74 million.
Accidents happen, I just get on with it.
No, please. You don't get on with it. You jump off a bridge.
Pretty much, yeah.
Or you hire someone to push you off a bridge. Oh, you don't have any money.
You'll have to push yourself off the bridge, so. Yeah, okay. Coming up in just a couple of seconds.
Matthew
is-
McConaughey?
I'm not going to tell you, but he was actually cast in an incredibly huge movie, and
There
then
is no way.
the role. Then he was dropped out of the role just before.
Thank God.
It never would have worked with him.
Coming up next.
The Todd and Aaron Morning Stream is brought to you by Fink and McGregor, Mortgages Made Simple. If you go to fink-mcgregor.com, you'll find out that you can get a mortgage with a credit score as low as 600. Fink and McGregor, also by the Vein Clinic. If you go to theveinclinic.com, you can schedule an appointment and find out some amazing options for pain-free removal of varicose veins and spider veins. Your legs can look great again with the Vein Clinic. And also by Black Diamond Experts. They're experts in electric, plumbing, heating, and air. They also have a brand new store up in Ogden now. If you'd like to reach reach them, you can go to blackdiamondexperts.com.
Apply today and drive away.
All right, good morning. Welcome back to the Todd and Aaron daily stream on GetPartDaily.com. I'm alone. Matthew McConaughey, funny guy. I think he's all right. Southern accent. And he was actually, they really wanted him to be in Titanic. The Titanic. With a, it's perfect. With a southern, yeah, you're king of the world. I don't do impressions, as you just found out. They wanted him so badly, and James Cameron actually came back, and he wanted Leo, and that's how he ended up on. Because I don't think McConaughey would have let her get away with staying on that door by herself, and I think he would have jumped up there with her. And survived. Matthew McConaughey. There is a town. This is my favorite, by the way. This is my favorite story of the week. There's a town in Ireland where they have a problem. And see, actually in this little town, it's a Rings Kitty Cork in Ireland. It's a beautiful town. You can see that too. There's a manufacturing plant. You can't see that. Pfizer is their medical company, and they've been making a certain medicine for about 15 years at this location. And the problem they have is what they're doing is they're making Viagra in a small village in Ireland. Now, one of the problems is, and they have a technical name for it, they call it love fumes. Comes out of the chimney. That's ironic, isn't it? Comes out of the chimney. The men breathe it in and then walk around with erections all day. The dogs do too. Which is just odd. The women, they say they don't have to flirt anymore. I thought that was interesting. Pfizer says, we're convinced that this is just a silly myth and it doesn't really happen. There were pictures to this, but we're not going to show those. I'm so glad Erin wasn't here because I wouldn't be able to do that spot if she did. All right, so we are going to go to Daisy. She's got information, and it's brought to you by Fink and McGregor. They make mortgages simple. Just go to fink-mcgregor.com. Also brought to you by Liberate a Man. You can have help from the Liberate a Man people for your adult addictions. And some of our other favorite people are Black Diamond Experts. If you have a problem with your plumbing, heating, or air, they're the ones to go. Just go to blackdiamondexperts.com. Daisy, what do you have going on?
Good morning, Todd. Hello again, everyone. Here's a look at national and world news for Tuesday, December 5th on GetPartDaily.com. One person has been killed and thousands more are being forced to evacuate their homes as a fast-moving wildfire torches Southern California. Authorities say the Thomas Fire had burned 26,000 acres of land in the city of Ventura and that multiple structures, including an apartment complex, have been destroyed. Fire crews are battling wind gusts of up to 70 miles an hour, and the winds are expected to linger throughout the week. 500 firefighters are battling the blaze, which started Monday evening about 40 miles east of Santa Barbara. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled Monday that Donald Trump's travel ban can take full effect despite ongoing legal challenges. The court's divided decision allows the third version of Trump's ban on travel from 6 mostly Muslim-majority countries to take effect without restrictions. It's the first time justices have allowed any addition of the ban to go forward in its entirety, and some observers see this as a sign the High Court will ultimately rule in Trump's favor. And after days of equivocation, Donald Trump has fully endorsed embattled Alabama Republican Senate candidate Roy Moore. Trump said Monday that it's essential that Alabama not elect liberal to the Senate, even though Moore has been accused of sexual misconduct involving minors. Polls show the race is now neck and neck. Alabama voters go to the voting booths next week. The Republican National Party has also thrown its support behind Moore. That's it for now. For more headlines from across the country and around the world, go to GephartDaily.com. Todd, back to you.
Daisy, thank you so much. We're going to tell you right now about, a shout out for Brio Technologies. Actually, if you have a meeting coming up, let's say you have a presentation and you want to blow the socks off the people and the other companies are going to show up and they're like, oh, we're just going to have a little chalkboard and stuff like that. Brio Technologies come in, put big digital boards on either side of the stage. They'll do the lighting. If you want smoke, they'll put the smoke in there. Right now, they've been touring with the piano guys. Also, they're also.
Here you go.
Thanks.
Thought you might need those.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
See what I have to work with? So if you want to get more information on Brio Technologies, just go to brioaudiovisual.com. All right, so I want to talk about this Hero Cop, the Super Cop. It's in England, and Officer Willis, he was driving down the road, and there was an accident, and the car was actually hanging off the bridge, and it was teetered, like in all those movies you see, teetering like this, and the driver's inside, and he's not moving, and he's just sitting there, and the car is going back and forth. So anyway, the cop arrives on the scene. Look at this. Oh, my God. You'd almost want it just to get over with, right? So you see him holding onto the car. Him holding onto the car is actually making the difference of this thing going over. And so he stood there until the next group of people showed up, and then they attached cables and stuff like that. But his friends are all calling him Super Cop right now because he was holding up a car with his own two hands, which is cool. I have to tell you, we're going to talk about the base jumper coming up next. The base jumper who saves his friend. And I tell you what, I don't think I have friends this brave. We're going to find out coming up next.
The Todd and Aaron Morning Stream is brought to you by Fink and McGregor. If you go to fink-mcgregor.com, there's a short 4-minute quiz, and at the end of it, you can find a whole array of mortgage options, and someone will call you back from Fink and McGregor within the next business day. Also by Utah Credit Approval. Go to utahcreditapproval.com because they know that bad things happen to good people, but that shouldn't stop you from repairing your credit and getting a reliable automobile at utahcreditapproval.com. And also all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. John has 24/7 service because he knows that emergencies can happen any time of the day or night. And right now they have a $69 special to check out all your heating systems to make sure they're working well. Just go to allutahplumbing.com.
Did you know you can buy a house with a 600 credit score?
Really?
We have lenders, we have programs, stuff that's come up in the last couple of years. 600.
Wouldn't you have to have like 50% down or something, though?
Nope, 3.5%.
Where would you start the process on this?
Well, Fink and McGregor has a website, 4minutemortgage.com. Just go there, fill it out, up and running.
How long until you get back to us?
1 business day. Whole thing takes about a month, start to finish.
Where do you get the down, though, if you're broke?
It can be a gift from family, relative, significant other, even your work.
Gift, huh?
Yeah.
You know what that makes me wish?
What?
Makes me wish I had friends with money.
Hey, it's Todd and Aaron, and this is pretty cool.
We are at the Intermountain Alta View Clinic. Now, this is actually 22 clinics, all squooshed together with some amazing specialties. And the nice thing about it is you can take care of everybody in your family all together.
Now, don't touch anything because it's still kind of wet because it's so brand new. Now, they're having the open house, like you said, on December 7th, but they've got some great things. If you go to their Facebook page, what you can do is register there for some great prizes like movie tickets, like Lower Bowl Jazz tickets, and Disneyland tickets.
A trip for 4, by the way, and of course, celebrity guests.
Right here, celebrity guests with food and and there he is now, the jolly old soul. How are you doing, Santa?
I'm doing great. I like this place.
Well, you should. It's got something that everyone can use.
Health for the holidays.
That's what we have.
Santa is rather profound.
We'll see you December 7th.
Good morning and welcome back to the Todd and Aaron morning. Whoa, you're back. Morning stream on GetPartDaily.com. I gotta tell you, this is what do you mean I'm in love with a racist?
Okay, this is I'm really confused.
Why?
Okay, so let's say that you're an advice person, and this is the letter you get.
Is that like Thanksgiving family reunion stuff or what?
Not really. Hey, I'm engaged to a great guy with many wonderful qualities, and I'm looking forward to spending the rest of my life with him.
Okay.
But he's prejudiced against one specific race, which also happens to be the race of several of my ex-boyfriends. He works in law enforcement, so part of me wants to attribute the racism to the fact that he's maybe seen this particular race do many horrible things that I haven't. Okay, this seems like a petty, trivial thing because all of us have some bias.
What?
But it's getting to the point where I can't talk to a member of this race in a work meeting about a work-related project without my fiancé turning it into a huge fight and accusing me of trying to be a liaison for all people.
Okay, hang on. So what's the question here?
She's just wondering if there's a way that she can communicate
He'll change.
with him that will help him understand that she just needs to work with this particular race. But she loves him so much, and she said that he treats her so well and so beautifully that she can't imagine her life without him.
You should keep fishing.
Okay, once again,
That's not a catch.
once again, Kitten, you're talking about a guy who hates
We
an
know-
entire race of people,
Right.
and doesn't even want you to talk to any of them.
We know a couple, and he was for Trump and she was for Hillary, and it was a rough little while for them, and they finally made a rule that they weren't. Now, this is not racism. They said we're not going to talk about this, and as much as they tried, every once in a while, just come out, and the other person would get ticked off, and they'd sleep on the couches.
And then Todd would get a phone call from one of them. I'd get the phone call from the other, and we'd both be like, "Why are you talking about it again? You swore you wouldn't talk about it." And they're like, "I know, but something just came out."
They didn't have sex for 2 months.
So let's be honest. If politics can drive you to that, the level of insane racism.
So
but
the
fact,
racism is like, no.
But the fact that she said that, really is a trivial and inconsequential, element of him, because there's so many lovely things. It's like he's not lovable.
No, he's a racist.
If he hates an entire race of people. So in the end, some of the various things, because we were asking people's opinion on Facebook, what would you say to her? One person said, the person you want to marry and you say has many wonderful qualities is doing something horrible and needs to get counseling immediately for his judgment, appearing anger, or get out of law enforcement and your life, ideally both. I thought that was a well-phrased term.
It is. Don't marry the creep.
But she says he has many wonderful qualities, except for this one small, petty, inconsequential thing that you hate an
He's an
entire
axe
race of
murderer.
people.
He's an axe murderer.
That seemed like a problem to me too. Thank you. I just wondered if I was crazy. Thank you all for sharing my genuine concern.
How good are your friends? I want you to think about how good your friends are.
What do you mean?
Well, would your friend would bring you gas because you ran out of gas? Friend would change your tire.
Mm-hmm.
Friend would come over and help you move. A true friend. A true friend would take you to the hospital if you needed to go there. And I now take you to Beachy Head. This is in the UK. Highest cliffs they have. Oh my God!
Oh yeah, they've done.
I hadn't seen the photo.
Oh no, they've done a million different movies here. Don't you remember? But they all run up to the edge, and it's like but it's,
the White Cliffs of Dover. It
it's
looks
exquisite.
like.
Isn't that amazing? I mean,
Oh no!
Oh no! But
No, I'm not doing that.
No, that is beautiful.
You see the dark green grass?
Mm-hmm.
See the rocks on the far left?
Mm-hmm.
That's about as close as I would get. That's it. And I'd say, hey, honey, how's it look? So anyway, the thrill seekers, if you see on top of the point, there are a series of little tiny people who are stupid, and they're going to throw themselves off this.
They're base jumpers. It's different.
They're going to base jump off the cliff. So anyway, the guy goes and he jumps and he has a crash landing. Something malfunctions.
Oh,
and he hits the rocks below. So what would your friend do? He jumps off the cliff and does a nosedive to get to him fast. And your maximum velocity is 160 miles an hour, I think. And he had a squirrel suit on so you can fly. And evidently
Kinda.
made this incredible maneuver where he swept up over the water and then came back in and then landed like
No
Rocky the
freaking way.
squirrel and started giving first aid.
No freaking way.
Incredible, dangerous move. And everybody was like, well, he's an idiot. But
Yeah,
he's
dude, you would totally be expecting to be paced on the rocks next to your friend. Wow, and that was in a squirrel suit.
Squirrel suit, you know what I'm talking about?
You know the one? Yeah, it's got the
It's web.
the webbing between the arms and the
And
legs.
you can steer right into a rock. Don't like heights
Wow.
anymore. Don't like heights anymore.
When did that change? Because you used to do things like you would ride roller coasters with me. When did that change?
I still like roller coasters because I trust engineering. I
just
did
don't
fall.
trust
I
actual
fell off a
rocks.
ladder.
Well, no,
It
actually,
broke
the
my
ladder.
2 ankle bones,
The ladder actually slid out from under you when you ended up riding it down the garage. So there was that.
and that hurt. But it wasn't that. I used to climb ladders carrying shingles on both shoulders without any hands. I could do that, and then maybe I had to touch an elbow to get my balance again. Then I go up.
Wow.
But I went on a ski lift 2 years ago, and my son leans forward like this, and I thought I was going to pee myself. And of course, you know, your arm goes out like in that car crash where you're about to bump something, you put your hand over and you protect the passenger. I did that to him, and he just fought it and leaned forward again. And it was just like, I'll never be on a chairlift again, ever. No,
At least
never.
not with that particular son.
No,
Yeah.
never. You'd have to blindfold me now. It's really weird. You get to I have to stay back from railings now. It's kind of like I'm going to go, oh, and then fall over from 4 feet away.
So you get no. People do that though. You get that brain thing circulating where you're like, I could totally fall off this if I just come over. I'll lean and I'll fall off. And
Yeah.
people do it. It's like a compulsion.
Not going to do it
Well, they
anyway.
don't actually do it, but yeah, there's a compulsion that makes you think you're going to.
So he saved the guy.
Wow, in a
is
squirrel
nice.
suit off that cliff. You saw that cliff. That was wow.
Have you driven in traffic? This is new for us, Aaron and I, because usually over the last 20 plus years, we did radio, and you get up early and
5
you go
o'clock.
home early, and
Yeah.
you never, Smith's when I go shopping is empty, and never really have to do traffic. And I don't know how you do this, to spend an extra hour and a half on the road to get like from here to there, and
That's why the HOV lane is such a big deal, and we try to drive together as much as we can because it's
It
such
is,
a
right?
huge
It's like,
time-saving.
wee, and you're just,
Oh yeah, no, it's huge.
oh my gosh, it's so fun.
But it is. It's incredibly satisfying. It's totally worth it.
You've always thought about cheating, haven't you? Haven't you?
Oh, you don't
You
cheat.
think if I get a mannequin, right? You get a mannequin, you dress them up really nice, get some nice realistic hair going, maybe a hat, baseball hat, maybe a hand on a string, doing this.
That might be a little more involved.
Where
Than
there's
most
a
people
stick and you turn like this and the head goes, and then you waves like that. That'd be great. And you just drive an HOV, not paying a dime, living on the edge. It would be great. I've actually been in it, and cops have like pulled up and stuff. And
Yeah, they look in your back like, do you have a baby seat back there? If there's not
Tinted
someone
windows.
in the passenger seat, they'll check and see if you've got like kids in the back or something.
I'm gonna share my move with you. Okay, ready? So you're driving like this. The cops are coming up on your right like this, and what you want to do is you want to hold something up like a toy, right? And then lean back as you're
Here, little
driving,
Johnny.
and put it in the back seat
And then he arrests you for distracted driving.
where the kid is. Every time. As long as
you?
it sees you doing this, there's only one reason to do this.
I don't know who you are anymore.
Children in the back seat.
I don't know who you are.
You thought of it, haven't you? Now you have the perfect way to do
You
it.
have not done this.
The fine in Texas is $150.
It's $300 here.
I think it's like $300.
Yeah, it's $300
so
here.
this move is a money saver.
No, it makes you a bad person. You don't.
And you drive by all the cars,
No,
and it
you don't.
feels
No, you don't cheat like
so
that.
righteous.
No, you don't do that. That's bad. You are so going to hell.
Probably so. All right, so
So what happened here in Texas after
they,
you got carried away with your fantasy of your car seat maneuver?
they caught him because it wasn't realistic enough and the head didn't move.
Oh, it was actually a mannequin?
Oh yeah, it was.
Oh, that's epic.
She's hot.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
That's pretty good.
Oh no, he even touched up the lipstick and stuff.
Uh-huh.
She's wearing sunglasses. And,
Yeah.
and that's actually surprisingly good. I've got to be honest with
Yeah,
you.
I don't want to know what he does with her when they're not driving.
It's a mannequin, honey.
Yeah, I know.
It's okay. Let's just move on,
I've
shall
seen
we?
them online.
All right, let's just move on. I'm getting a headache here.
All right, so anyway, yesterday Trump was in town. All the traffic cameras. I love the fact that all the traffic cameras go down. Did you know that? They turn them off. Part of the Secret Service thing, so you don't know where the motorcade is, you know.
Interesting,
And
yeah.
you do all that stuff, and they put people in places with high-powered rifles, and they do that, and they go to the state capitol, and security is crazy. And they have tons of people, officers and stuff, in the crowd itself in plain clothes, and they do all that
Well,
stuff.
it's the Secret Service. They have to. This is. I mean, they have brilliant ideas. They come up with things. They find threats that you would never even
Right.
begin to imagine.
And so they
You'll
had
remember when Bush was here during the Olympics, and,
Yeah.
and the Secret Service detail. I was talking to a
Freaking
couple of
them
people.
out.
It was just insane. Yeah.
yeah, and then here he is sitting in the middle of a crowd, and they're all Secret Service, and like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
I've got flop sweat now. That's
Really?
the president sitting here with the but the
So-
I remember that he was sitting with the athletes and he was taking selfies and they were calling their parents on their phone and he was talking to them. It was adorable.
And so, and it doesn't matter if you like Trump or don't like Trump. It's kind of a big deal when someone like that comes to town.
President of the United
Certain
States.
amount of recognition, for the state.
President of the United
Yeah,
States.
and whether it was Bears Ears or immigration or whatever the causes were, you have to admit it's nice to see people saying their words and representing their
Passionate, yeah.
in protesting
Extremely
on
passionate.
either side, and it's just like kind of that's what America's all about.
Except for
It's maybe a little
when it
heavy.
involves the KKK and
The torch
and
people.
bonfires in Charlottesville. But other than that,
Anyway.
civil protest is an important part of our rights as
So
Americans.
our news from Gephardt Daily, if you haven't checked out the news site, GephartDaily.com, that's probably how you got here. But anyway, they were up there with their cameras yesterday. We will say goodbye now, and we will see you tomorrow morning right here on the morning stream at GephartDaily.com. Here are the protests.
Bears Ears is just the start of the dismantling of public lands in America.
Lock him out! Lock him out! Lock him out!
It's an illegal action that'll be overturned in court, but the fight just starts today.
Who's left? Our land! Who's left? Our land!
The Department of the Interior got over 1 million comments, and in their own words, the overwhelming majority of them were in support of keeping national monuments the way they are. This is not what the people of this country want.
There he is.
President Trump's on the wrong side of history. He's disrespecting the tribes. He's not listening to people in places like Escalante and Boulder where the Chamber of Commerces have asked him not to do this. He's on the wrong side of history, and the fight begins today.
Respect the wishes of Utah.
If the Trump administration eviscerates our monument like this, then no national monument, no national park, none of the public lands that we cherish as Americans will be safe. We will not let this go unchallenged.
We're not really appealing to President Trump. We're appealing to the American people to pay attention to what's happening right now. This is just the beginning. This is going to be a long haul.
Thank you to the wonderful people of Utah. May God bless you, and may God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. And in your honor, I will now, with your representatives, sign this very, very important proclamation. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.